Another year has arrived, and it's customary at this time to reflect on the goals that we've set out to achieve. Hi there, I'm Theodore Henry. Happy New Year to you all, and thanks for joining us for another edition of Jamaica Magazine. On the pages today, we look at the National Development Plan for Jamaica that is to be achieved by the year 2030. Plus, skills training at the heart of human capital development. Later, we'll share information to help you make smart financial choices this year. These and more to come in the half hour, so stay with us.
A healthy and educated people living in a clean, natural environment, reducing crime, improving the justice system and governance, building a prosperous economy. It's not just a vision, it's reality. Learn about the plan. Join the vision.
My country, Jamaica, has a rich heritage and is very unique. If we all pull together, we can make it the place of choice to live, work, raise family, and to do business.
For more information on Vision 2030, call the Planning Institute of Jamaica or visit vision2030.gov.jm, your parish library, school library, or the Jamaica Information Service.
You as parish managers, you as regional managers, know your role to do your inventory now, to see what you have and to mobilize the country. Outreach with communities, outreach with civil societies, outreach with the churches. That is what we are going to do. We are going to call on every single Jamaican. Look around your house, search your environment, find this mosquito.
Join the fight. Eliminate the Aedes aegypti mosquito. Stop the spread of dengue and chikungunya. And keep Jamaica Zika free.
The country continues to make progress towards fulfilling its goals of sustainable development and prosperity by the year 2030. Vision 2030, Jamaica National Development Plan, sets out the national goals, outcomes, and strategies in which all of us have a role to play in reaching this milestone. More on the plan in this feature.
Sun, sea, and sand, lustrous hillsides with natural elements at play, and an infectious culture. But Jamaica's potential far exceeds the obvious. By 2030, the country is expected to become the place of choice to live, work, raise families, and do business.
Well, it's all about Jamaica and our vision today.
Vision 2030 Jamaica is the country's first long-term national development plan, aimed at achieving developed country status by the year 2030. The plan is centered on a number of guiding principles: transparency and accountability, transformational leadership, equity, sustainable urban and rural development, sustainability, social cohesion, and partnership. The development process for Vision 2030 Jamaica began in 2006 with the establishment of a number of task forces drawn from different sectors of society.
And then those task forces met for a period of about 2 years over the time from 2007-2008 to develop sector plans which would guide the development of each sector through 2030.
Then in 2009, all ideas were merged into a comprehensive 376-page document, which was tabled in Parliament during the budget debate, and later in 2010, a popular or more reader-friendly version was launched. Vision 2030 Jamaica is being monitored and evaluated by the Planning Institute of Jamaica, PIOJ.
Our role is to coordinate the whole process, to support the process through provision of technical and logistical support, to monitor progress and report on progress and recommend corrective actions to ensure that we stay on track.
Ministries, departments and agencies of government, the private sector, civil society and other stakeholders will implement aspects of the plan. The programs and projects from Jamaica's international development partners are also aligned to Vision 2030 Jamaica. Now, Vision 2030 Jamaica has 4 main goals. Goal 1.
Jamaicans are empowered to achieve their fullest potential.
Under this goal, the aim is to have a healthy population with access to world-class education and training, helping those Jamaicans in need and building our future on positive core values and strong families. We will preserve, protect and promote our rich culture. Brand Jamaica has to be respected while promoting the importance of sports in national development.
Goal 2. The Jamaican society is secure, cohesive and just.
All Jamaicans should feel secure, whether at home, work, school, or as they go about their daily business. Crime and violence must be reduced, and the justice system should be fair, efficient, and effective, respecting the rights of all. This means also that each Jamaican should have a say in how the country is governed, and that there is accountability and transparency in government.
Goal 3. Jamaica's economy is prosperous.
A prosperous economy provides the foundation and resources for building a better society. Under this goal, we will have a stable macroeconomy, managing our public debt, simplifying our tax system, ensuring that our financial system is sound, a business-friendly environment, stimulating growth of large and small businesses, diversifying our energy supply, and improving our infrastructure and existing technology. And we will develop world-class products and companies in agriculture, mining, quarrying, manufacturing, construction, tourism, and our service industries.
And Goal 4. Jamaica has a healthy natural environment.
Jamaica's natural resources, the endowments of the land, water, beaches, forests, and wetlands have to be protected for Vision 2030 Jamaica to be a reality. On top of that, the country has to reduce the risks and impact of natural hazards while taking steps to limit and adapt to the effects of climate change. And an effective system of planning for urban and rural development will be put in place. The country has recorded progress in a number of areas.
We have seen progress in terms of the establishment of some new institutions to support the development of education. We've seen progress in areas that expand our road and highway network.
Jamaica has also improved its business environment. Reform has begun in the security and justice sectors, and there has been a reduction in major crimes. Progress has also been made in developing several major projects for climate change adaptation and in increasing the level of renewable energy sources.
Very importantly, in 2011, we've seen a return to positive economic growth. So this, we hope, will be a trend that will continue and bring us back on track in that area.
With the help of organizations such as the Social Development Commission (SDC) and the Jamaica Cultural Development Commission, the PIOJ is educating persons at the community level about how they can contribute to Vision 2030 Jamaica. One such method is the SDC National 2020 Cricket Competition.
We are using this channel to show persons the connection between, say, sports and national development. Why is it important? What can sports do?
Through the Citizen Security and Justice Program, CSJP, a community renewal program is also underway to address development in volatile and vulnerable areas. Vision 2030 Jamaica is for everyone. Learn about the plan, share the information with your colleagues, families, and friends, and apply the information as you make plans for the future. If we all pull together, we can make Jamaica the place of choice to live, work, raise families, and do business. For more information, call the Planning Institute of Jamaica or the Jamaica Information Service. Visit the Vision 2030 Jamaica Facebook page or www.vision2030.gov.jm.
We're going to show the world we are more than see and stand. Through Vision 2030 Jamaica plan.
Oh, now I understand.
No, son. A verb is an action word.
Parents need to become more involved in their children's education.
Parents are the first and in many cases the most important teachers.
Read with your children. Review their schoolwork. Visit their school.
Tapping and rapping and slapping, I said.
Nice. High five. Woo!
A good education will never decay.
Sustainable development and economic growth depend on the creation of a highly skilled and educated population. It's also part of the country's broad national vision for development. Government continues to advance this priority strategy as it goes for growth. Take a look.
All year round, persons are groomed in skills such as these at the Heart Trust NTA, the institution that's preparing individuals to be the best at what they do and perform at the top of their game as entrepreneurs or working for others.
I know with the help of Heart, you can become a catalyst, an agent of change.
With over 29 training locations across the country, the Heart Trust NTA continues to effectively improve human capital development, providing training in a variety of vocations to anyone seeking to advance his or her career options. And to increase the awareness, the government's National Training Agency has, over the years, hosted several open days and career fairs. In November 2014, we caught up with them on the St. James Methodist Church ground in Clarendon.
We had a career information session for the students from the high schools, just speaking to them about career development, professionalism in the workplace, and really what is expected of them as they go through life and entering the job market.
Students and school leavers weren't the only ones targeted.
Those who may have been who may be a little older and think that life is finished for you, I want you to know that Heart Trust is there to help you to create a career path so that you can be involved in community development.
Some of the Heart Trust options: a career in early childhood care development and education, apparel and sewn products, and motor vehicle repairs. The St. James Methodist Church ground in Clarendon was covered with eager students showcasing their skills. These young people are carving a place for themselves in the tourism and hospitality sector. They're not to be outdone by their peers who've mastered commercial food preparation, welding, electrical installation, and information and communications technology.
We have learned so much. We have learned about movie editing. We have learned about conducting interviews, how to video persons. We have learned to make flyers. It's a very interesting course. And it's not just about videoing. You can go into the production, you can do radio, you can work in the radio field, you can do a lot of things with this course.
As the Heart Trust continues to train and send out qualified skilled workers, it is contributing to the development of a productive and competitive workforce, essential for economic growth and job creation.
I urge you, I beg you, I encourage you, I motivate you. Let Heart give you wings with which to fly. Who knows who you will become? Who knows what you will do to affect this country? Who knows where your skill will take you? You could change this country, or you could indeed change the world.
For more information on courses offered by the Heart Trust NTA, log on to their website heart-nta.org or call 929-3410-8.
So time is money.
Easy driver. Well, no mean must man and taxi driver drive so bad.
Why him have to drive so hard? Me not gonna make you kill off me and me picnic them.
One stop driver. Make her come off this bus. Me say stop.
Me coming with you. The rest of you not take chance in the life. Lord of mercy. That could have been us.
And look how we want the money.
Passengers, your safety is in your hands. Say one-stop driver and get off if the driver is speeding, overtaking recklessly, and not obeying the rules of the road. Don't give away your life. It is too precious.
Wealth creation and prosperity requires making smart financial decisions. We have more in this feature to help you make the best of your financial resolutions for 2016.
Yo, star, me have a party there, you know, and guess what?
But that 8G for me when go and shot.
Hard one. Ah boy, them things are too important for me to take the money and go buy foolishness.
Jano star, what me offer?
It's the no money but enough things to buy period. How do you balance the equation? The first thing you need to do is create a budget and stick to it. It's just a matter of looking at your expenditures and how you're going to pay for them.
Well, first of all, you need to pay yourself first. For the absolutely critical expenses like your utility bills, your rent, putting aside the money for your bus fare, and your taxi fare, and your lunch, those need to come out. Because at the end of the day, if you don't have those, then you probably won't have a job.
Then you need to set aside money for a rainy day, you know, just in case something unexpected occurs.
If my living expenses is 30% of my income, then I need to have, roughly that amount set aside. Roughly maybe 4 or 5 times that amount set aside in a rainy day fund or in an account that I'm not going to touch.
Pencil, paper and a calculator will do the trick. But if you want to be a little more techno-savvy than that, you can use Microsoft Excel or an online budget calculator.
By writing it down or by putting it down on paper, you will be able to see where it is that you can actually make some savings, because you will recognize that, oh, I've been spending 5% of my income on whatever it is, which is not a necessity.
You might argue that you take advantage of discounts in order to cut back on expenses, but that discount may not quite be the bargain you think.
It may be that that retailer or that person selling that item actually had a higher price than the average in the market, and what they have done is given a discount, and their discount has just come back in line with market, while if you had shopped around, you would have gotten it for a much cheaper price.
Also, the product may not be of a high quality, so look more closely at those so-called discounts.
Now, from time to time, you hear people complaining that they cannot save. Their expenses far outweigh their income. So is saving really realistic? Yes, it is. This adage couldn't have phrased it better. One cocoa, full basket.
It's not true that you need to have $10,000 to start. You can start with 100, 500. You just put it aside and you keep adding to it. Because if you think about it, if someone were to come to you every day and beg you for $1 for 20 years, how much money would that be?
Another suggestion, ignore things that aren't important or absolutely necessary.
Okay, I go out and I see that bag or that shoe or that shirt that I want to buy. I think I really need it, but then when I think about the fact that I have $500 saved and I really wanted to have $1,000 saved by the end of the month, and if I buy the shirt, then obviously I'm subtracting away from my saving or my investment, and you make the sacrifice.
Now, savings should not be confused with investments.
Saving is basically taking your money and putting it in a safe investment. So the primary objective there is preservation of your principal or your capital. So your objective is not to lose it, but it's also not to grow it significantly. So you're not taking on a lot of risk. Investing now is when you have a plan and you're trying to reach an objective, and then you're trying to work out what is the rate that I need to earn in order to achieve this objective.
Let's put it another way. For savings, you pretty much get back what you put in. For investment, you get that and more. After building up your savings, then you can invest. When investing, you first need to determine the type of investor you are. You can be conservative, moderate, or aggressive. Then with the help of an investment advisor, you can choose the type of investment you want to go into. Some examples include money market investments, unit trusts, mutual funds, stocks, bonds, or equities.
And that portfolio mix will allow you to achieve your goal with the help of a financial advisor.
Another way to make money is by getting a part-time, one-off, or consultancy job. But we all know that too much work and no play makes Jack a dull boy, so it's quite okay to treat yourself. Then there's the issue of a salary increase. Approach it from a business perspective.
I'm here to discuss the possibility of a salary increase.
Okay, let's discuss it. Say the company were to consider giving you an increase in salary. What added value could you bring to the table?
I would take on additional responsibilities, implement cost-saving measures, and also improve my efficiency.
If the firm is not earning more, whether through cost savings or through additional revenue, it's going to be very difficult for the firm to continue with the same cost base to pay more to employees. That's just a fact of life.
So resolve to make smart financial decisions. Learn about personal finances. Don't procrastinate.
So for each day that goes by that you run up that credit card bill more and don't pay off those high debt credit card bills or any high cost debt that you have, is actually costing you money.
It's all about making sacrifices in the short term to achieve your long-term goal. Create a budget and stick to it. Save and invest. Buy things that are necessary. Choose your discounts carefully and find legitimate ways of making extra income.
Hi there, I'm Simone Wolf with your JIS News of the Week. The income tax threshold was increased on January 1 by just over $35,500, moving to $592,800. As a result, the tax-free portion of one's weekly income will be $11,400. For those paid fortnightly, the tax-free portion is now $22,800, and quarterly it's $148,200.
For the monthly paid persons, it's $49,400. On a monthly basis, that will be tax-free. So any income that they have in excess of that will be subject to the normal 25% taxes. With that, you'll find that you'll have a little more in the kitty. It's a small amount, but your take-home pay will be a little more than it was in 2015.
The Bureau of Standards Jamaica BSJ this week ordered the closure of 17 gas stations in 7 parishes as it intensified a probe into the source of contaminated E1087 and E1090 gasoline on the market.
And the Bureau will be utilizing the powers that it has to ensure that these stations will not be selling those products for the time being until the proprietors can indicate to the Bureau of Standards, which will have to be verified by further testing, that the products meet full specifications.
The Energy Minister also reported that the BSJ would be randomly testing fuel across the island and said all players in the petroleum sector would be subject to greater scrutiny. And the major organized crime and anti-corruption agency is investigating the possible illegal trading of petroleum products. As of yesterday, January 1, JPS customers must be automatically compensated if the power company breaches an additional 5 of its guaranteed standards. The Office of Utilities Regulation OUR says this means JPS now has to automatically compensate customers if they breach 13 of the 17 guaranteed standards. Previously, customers had to fill out claim forms to be compensated for these breaches. The Urban Development Corporation UDC, Port Authority of Jamaica and the Sailors Hole Fishermen Benevolent Society have signed an agreement to develop the Ocherius Fishing Village in St. Anne. Under the agreement, UDC will transfer lands on which the fishing village is located to the PAJ to develop an upscale facility and modern fishing bay.
The celebration of this tripartite agreement, I hope, demonstrates to other special interest groups, particularly those who are high worker content. I hope that this serves as an example of what is possible. It reflects what we should demand, not expect, but demand that government departments work together towards such objectives.
The Education Ministry says it spent $34 million in 2015 to increase school spaces through the School Expansion Program. Portfolio Minister Reverend Arnold made the disclosure at a function to open a classroom block at Roger Clark High in St. Elizabeth. He said 30 projects were undertaken under the program.
These expansion projects represent a total of 2,160 additional classroom spaces at the secondary level in this region alone, and 700 new places at the primary level.
Students at the Esher Primary School near Lucy, Hanover will be more comfortable when waiting for public transportation following the construction of a pedestrian shelter near the school. The pedestrian shelter will be funded by the Staff Association of the Grand Palladium Resort and Spa at a cost of $500,000. Mayor of Lucy and Chairman of the Hanover Parish Council, Winter McIntosh, said all fees in relation to the construction would be waived. And finally, scores of people paid homage to national hero, the Right Excellent George William Gordon, on Wednesday at a floral tribute at the National Heroes Park in Kingston. The occasion was to commemorate the 200th anniversary of his birth.
When we can take the time as a nation to reflect and pay homage to those who have charted the path to the liberties we now enjoy, it signals an important message about the value we place on our human capital.
And those were some of the stories making news this week. I'm Simone Wolf.
Know your numbers and control the keys to a healthier heart. Know the numbers for your blood pressure, cholesterol level, blood glucose level, and your weight and body mass index. Find out the risks they represent and what you need to do to stay healthy. Talk to your doctor and start making healthy lifestyle choices to prevent a heart attack or stroke.
And that brings us to the end of today's edition of Jamaica Magazine. We value your feedback, so keep the link. Tell us what you thought of the show. Send an email to jamaicamagazine@jis.gov.j or hit us up on Twitter @JISNews. Also, click on our website, jis.gov.jm, for the very latest government information. Until next time, I'm Theodore Henry, reminding you to take care of your good health and make every day a productive one.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.